Okay, so we have made last week this book page, user page. Now book page and user page we'll start working from the user page. Okay, so next setup is for the Redux related. What are the files, what are the folder files, and where and all we need to create. That let's go. In your src folder, create one file. One file will be book reducer. Book reducer.js. Book reducer.js. File name is book reducer. You attended last class? No. Okay, login in Zoom. I'll give a src folder. Login in Zoom. I'll give you a src folder. Book reducer is ready. One more file you have to create, user reducer. User reducer. reducer.js. Book reducer.js, user reducer.js. Data card. Data card for?
So actually,
Data card कौन सा data card? Data card to connect the internet. ये तो data card इधर कहाँ हम लोगों को? Internet you don't need now, no? You don't need internet now. I have asked him to connect with internet because he needs src folder. Your files are working already. Then no need of internet. Wi-Fi we will be using, not Wi-Fi. I have here LAN cable. They have given the LAN cable, so I connect with the LAN. Or according to need, I use mobile data also. User reducer, book reducer file is ready. You log in. I'll send you a src folder. src. Next one more file, API reducer. API reducer.js. Book reducer, user reducer, API reducer. Okay. Next, after that, create one more file called main reducer. Main reducer.js. Main reducer.js. Okay. So how many files we created? 3 files. One is called book reducer, user reducer, API reducer, and one is called main reducer. So now we start from the API reducer. In API reducer, write a const API list equal to right arrow, write one variable called something data array equal to empty. Return data array. Empty data array. Now export in the last default API list. Okay, so done. Whenever you call this API list, it will return you the array. Inside the array, empty array will be there. It will not have anything. Copy same thing from here. Everything copy and paste in user reducer. Okay, added in user list. Right here, the function name called user list. U will be capital. Change in the last user list. Data array remains same. No changes in the data array. Next, after that, you need to come to the next file that is called book reducer. In the book reducer also we have to add book list. Data array remain same. Okay, so written total book reducer is ready, user reducer is ready. After that, API reducer is also ready. So in each file, we have function. In book reducer, you have a function like the component book list. In user reducer, you have a user list function like the function is a reducer. And again, under the API, also we have a function called user list like a component. One component, another component, another component. But it is going to not call it a component. It is going to call it a reducer. Now assume three function you wrote three places. Now all three function you are going to combine one place. That is called main reducer. That is called main reducer. Okay. So that material हुआ है ऊपर में मेरा क्लास और ये बोला कि वहाँ पे गए थे ऑफिस में और हाँ एक का हुआ है वही डिस्कशन क्या दे सकते हो कर सकते हो डॉक्यूमेंट के साथ भी हमने लगे आगे भी से कुछ बहुत अच्छा है पीपीटी में एक डॉट एक्स्ट्रा अगर डॉट नहीं देते तो गलत है। कमांड हुआ था इधर। हाँ 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 हाँ। तो था जैसे चेकबुक पे था प्राइवेट लिमिटेड पूरा हुआ लिखा था। इतने सारे 15 पेज के समय लगा करके फिर मैं प्राइवेट लगा के सी लेके आप लगा के फिर से ले पीपीटी हम लोग भी लिख दिए थे। तो वहां पे जाने के बाद जब कंपेयर करा तो पता चला कि नहीं भाई पीपीटी भी नहीं रहेगा। चेक कर अगर डॉट है तो डॉट होना ही चाहिए। अगर वहां पे स्पेस है तो एक ही स्पेस होना चाहिए तो स्पेस ना डालो आप ऐसे ये कुछ स्कैन करके भेज दिया आप देखिए शायद तो मोस्टली कुछ गलत नहीं होना चाहिए लाइन का माने सर आप अगर सपोर्ट करने के लिए ध्यान रखें हम कुछ कर नहीं रहे हैं। मतलब बताइए अगर आज पुलिस से जाके एचआर से मीटिंग की तो किससे चलते किए किसने हमको मतलब ये रोक किया बताइए। हाँ 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 हम्म हम्म ये तो हम जो दिए थे उसमें थोड़ी फाइल हुआ था। अरे वही मतलब जो बंदा तेरे को एग्जीक्यूट करेगा फाइनल में अपना जो मेरा जो प्रोडक्ट है उसके हिसाब से एग्जीक्यूट करेगा। नहीं पैसा अगर ज्यादा देते हैं किसी को तो वेलकम कर दीजिए साथ में। हाँ ठीक है। हाँ ठीक है सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच। बाकी देखते हैं क्या कर रहे हैं कब तक कॉल मिला वेट कर लेते हैं 2 3 4 दिन का लोगों का कुछ प्रोसेस पूरा एक तरह से रास्ते में जाएगा 2 वीक है। ठीक है सर कोशिश करेंगे सर जितना अच्छा ही कर सकते कंट्रीब्यूशन हो जाए। प्रोजेक्ट क्लास पर बात we are we are making a door for you to go to the big level company where the salary start from high level. High level in the sense for fresher they pay nearly today only contract sign happened. Okay, sorry. So how many reducer we created? Book reducer, user reducer, API reducer, right? So now these 3 reducer we have to combine one place. Even the people will ask you in interview. People will ask you in interview. Okay, what is combined reducer? What is combined reducer? Okay, why to use the reducer and what is a reducer? I still have not explained. But what is combined reducer? Now you created total how many reducer? 4 reducer. In that, book is for the different purpose, user is for the different purpose, and the API is for the different purpose. Okay, book, user, and then API. These all are for different purpose. Okay, but we are going to keep all 3 together under this file that is called main reducer. So main reducer is going to work like as a combined reducer. It will be calling 3 reducer together, combine one place and make one final reducer. That will be called as what? Main reducer. So now look into these 3 files. You have created 3 functions. 3 functions we created or not? API list, it will return one array. User list will return one array. Book list will return one array. So 3 array we created in 3 files. Now all 3 array we are going to combine one place. That is under the main reducer. So that will happen through the combined reducer. So import combine reducers from Redux. Import combine reducer from Redux. Import combined reducers from Redux. Next, after that, import book list from book reducer. Import user list from user reducer. Import API reducer from API list from API reducer. And after that, create a constant, give call main reducer. Main reducer equal to combined reducers. Inside that combined reducers, main reducer, combined reducer, right? First you will keep call book list, user list, API list, right? Done. Come down, export default main reducer. Right? Hope done. So combined reducer used to combine multiple reducer together and produce a final reducer. So combined reducer we have called here from the Redux. And after that, we combine the book reducer, user list, book list, user list, as well as API list. And we store under the main reducer and we exported the main reducer. So whoever will call the main reducer, indirectly they will call how many reducer? Three reducer, right? Book list, user list, as well as API list. So hope you wrote it. Let me know. Then we can go for other files. Okay, go ahead next. Next file is, so three file we combined together and we kept under the fourth one. Next file you create called store.js in src folder only. File name is called store.js. 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 In store.js, import create a store, create a store, import create a store from Redux, then import main reducer from main reducer. Next, after that, const my store equal to create a store. Under that, you will pass the main reducer. Pass the main reducer. Underline is coming, saying like create a store, combine something, book list and all. Deprecated. We recommend using configure the method of Redux JS toolkit package, create a store with the replaces of write something, configure a store, create a store. Okay. Same thing here also. I will find out what is trying to say. Something is deprecated, saying like look like older function. Import legacy create a store as create a store from Redux. Okay, if you want to use a store without visual deprecation warning, it's a create store import. It is saying to use this line. Let me try this line as also fine. Then that error is gone. No. Create a store. C is a small. Create a store. C will be a small only. Write this. We can try this. We'll see that should not be the error. Some changes are there. Come next and export default my store. Export default my store. Then come now next. So this file is also ready. Now see the steps what we did. You created the 4 reducer, 3 reducer, and 3 reducer we given to the main reducer, and main reducer we given to a store. Now a store we need to give someone else. Okay, a store we need to give to someone else, right? And then after that implementation will come. This is as of now configuration you are doing. Okay, come next. Create the next file. Okay, a store is ready. Now we need to come to the index.js file. In index.js file, import here in the beginning only, import my store from store. Import my store from store. Okay, imported. Import one more call provider. Provider from React Redux. Import provider from React Redux. Okay. Now we imported which one? Provider and store. Let's go next. The app is calling here app. Before app, call the provider and close the provider after the app. Close the provider after the app. Right? Called. So app is the part of provider. Now inside the provider, you will pass is my store as a props. A store equal to my store. My store as a props. A store equal to my store. Go to the browser, check any error or no error. You can refresh the page, and after creating this file and after connecting with the index.js, anyone is facing any error? So that step is which step? File creation, where to add, how to link. If you watch the video direct, a lot of people have video on internet, YouTube, Redux and all. There is a difficulties in arrangement of the folder itself. Many people what they'll do, they'll create one folder of reducer, in that all reducer will go. One folder for views, there all the component will go. One folder for a store, where a store file will go. One file for folder for main reducer, where main reducer will be there. And from different folder, you will start calling the files. So because of huge folder and huge files, flow will be difficult to understand. will not understand where and where it's going. Now 5 files you have created. What are those? 4 are reducer. In that 3 are the child reducer. 1 is the main reducer. 3 child reducer you have merged under the main reducer. Right? Then after merging the 4 child reducer, we got 1 main reducer. This main reducer now we given to a store. We given to a store. A store. Then a store got created. And what is the name of a store? My store. Now inside the my store, how many reducer? 3 or 4? Indirectly, under the my store, 3 reducer. What are those? Book reducer, user reducer, and API reducer. Main reducer is the container. In that you kept 3 reducer and you send that. Okay. So main reducer is not the reducer. It is just a main file where we combine all. There we have a concept of combined reducer. If anyone asks why we use the combined reducer, then we can say in one project, if we have more than 1 reducer, then all the reducer we cannot send to a store. Look at the store. How many reducer is going to a store? Only one. A store say, I cannot allow multiple reducer to go inside. Then we have a technique, no problem. You don't allow. I will combine all reducer one place and then we'll send only one. One reducer will go inside. And along with that, it will carry how many reducer? 3 reducer, correct? So 3 reducer created, combine one place, and then combine reducer has helped you out to combine 3 reducer. So if people ask what is the use of combined reducer, then we can say inside one project, if you have multiple reducer, then multiple reducer cannot go to the store directly. In that case, we will use the combined reducer and will combine all the reducer outside and will make one reducer and final reducer will go to the store. Okay, final reducer will go to the store. Now a store is created, a store is created and a store is given to index file. And index file is maintaining one provider. That provider is handling the store. Okay. So this much only configuration, nothing else. After this, next we have called communication from the React to Redux. Your book is the book.js. Book.js. This book.js is a React file. React file. Correct? Book.js is a React file. User.js is a React file. Dashboard.js is a React file. API.js is a React file. Now user interaction will happen to this React file. React will collect the input. And after collecting the input, React will give this input to reducer. And reducer will store your input under the store. Now look inside the store. If you look inside the store, inside the store, we have send the reducer. Indirectly, how many reducer? 3 reducer. Okay, indirectly 3 reducer we have sent to the store. So the concept of this Redux is very unique plus very small. It is not very big functionality. A small functionality, but very unique. For example, if I come to this page, I will enter some details of the user. I'll save it. It will come under the list. I'll enter again some user. Click on save. It will come here. Again, we enter the value. Click on save. It will come here. Again, we'll enter the value. Click on save. It will come here. Correct? And once you go to the other page and come back to this page, you will feel all the data is gone. Data will not be there. Remember from the React? Not remember. First, we are going to implement that only. First, we are going to implement Redux is connected. Redux is configured. Okay. Now we need to identify the problem of React. What is the problem of React? Because of that, we require the Redux. Then automatically then understand, okay, React can do this much and Redux can do this much. If then people will ask what is the React Redux or React, you can explain it. Okay, or people will ask why we use the Redux, then also you can explain. So first we'll understand the problem of React. Then we'll implement the Redux. Come next to your book.js file. So no error, right? I will be closing the reducer. I will be closing the user. All the reducer I will close. I will open only one file. I'll open only one file. Only one file will open. That is called a user.js file. User.js file. In user.js file, import the use state. Import use state from React. Import use state from React. Next, after that, come inside, create one array also. Create one array, let user list. Update user. Use state should be as a array. Should be as a array. Okay, let user list, update user should be as a array. Next, after that, write one more variable that is called full name. Let full name, comma, name. Use state, empty is okay here. And then one function we required that will be called const save. Const save. Okay, done. Now go inside. Pick name function you call here for the text box. On change equal to obj pick name obj dot target dot value. On click equal to call the save function. Okay, added. Now come down. We will go to the function part. Inside the function part, so button click save and pick name we are calling. We are passing the value here. Go inside now. Call the function update user. In update user, pass call user list. User list separate operator. User list comma full name. User list comma full name. Okay, done. Next, after this, we will list this user. We have called user list variable that we need to. So let me know if you have done this part, and on button click you called, and on change also you call. We can go to the list part, listing section. Ready? Come down to the list part. List part. T body open close. Under this T body, right call user list dot map. User list dot name of the user and index of the user. Return tr e index, then one td full name, second td. Okay, so first index we can print, next td, name we can give, the third td. I'll create a button. The delete will do later. First understand the problem of this. Okay. Now let's add the user. Save. Check your data is getting added or not. So let me know. Are you able to add the value? You can reply once. Testing. Okay, so hope is working. Hello. Okay, so data is listing, right? Okay, good. Next, after that, main reducer file. I'll share in the folder. You can replace that. Okay, next, see the problem of React. Okay, I added Ganesh, save, came in the list, no problem. I'll add another one. Mohit, save in the list, no problem. Add Alex, save, came in the list, correct? But when you go to other component and come back, you will lose the data. Like suppose I go to the book, okay, and come back to user, this component has lost the data, right? So that what happened, let me see again. I added Ganesh. I will go to the dashboard. I'll come back to again here. What happened? React has lost the data. Now Redux will say, React, you take data from user. Redux will say, React, you take the data from user and don't store within the component. Don't store within the component. You can see here, where you are storing the data under this variable, that is called user list. So that data is storing within the component. Redux will say, React, you take the data from user, but don't store in the React. Don't store in array. You give to me. Who will say? Redux. So React is separate and Redux is separate. Okay. You will take the details from user using the React, and after taking the details, you will give to Redux. Now Redux, what it will do? Redux will take your data but Redux will take the data from where? From React. User will give to the React. React will give to the Redux. After that, Redux will keep that data under the store. Redux will keep the data under the store. Right? So you saw, user given the data and click on button. Now it's displaying here because it's happening through React. Now, right? Same time, what we'll do, this data we will give to Redux. You take one copy. Okay? Redux will take this data and store under the store. And then we can access anytime, whenever we want. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead next. So what happened is React has taken the details from user and given to Redux, and Redux will maintain the data under the where? Under the store. Redux will maintain the data under the store. So it is something like this. Now let me open the website and give you the a small link. Okay. I open this website and I went here. What is happening in this? Okay. Let me go to this Redux part. Okay, look at here. See these flow ones. Now I'll explain you. This is called UI. That is called React part. You will enter the value here and you will click on button. When you click on button, your data will be dispatched. Your data will be dispatched. Data will be dispatched to where? Redux. Data will be dispatched to Redux. Once the data will go to the Redux, where it will go? It will go under the store. Now you have created today how many reducer? 3 reducer. Now look at here. Orange block is the store. Orange block is the store. Inside the store, there is a 3 reducer. R1, R2, R3. Now, when the user has given the data under the UI, from this UI, data got dispatched to where? Store. And it will go under the store. But inside the store, how many reducer you have? 3 reducer. Correct? Now, this reducer will take your data. And book reducer, you can see. Book reducer is a multi-dimensional array. So, book reducer will be maintaining the multi-dimensional array. User reducer will be maintaining the single dimensional array. API will maintain the API data, correct? But all 3 will be under the where? Store only. Under the store, there will be 3 type of data. One will be user data, another will be book data, another will be API data. User data is single dimensional array, one reducer will take care. Book data is multi-dimensional array, another reducer will take care. And API data will be something else, that another reducer will take care. Now, as soon as the data will come under the store, 3 reducer will run behind the data, saying like this data is for whom? Understood? Inside the store, how many reducer? 3 reducer. Now, suppose one parcel of data will come under the store, correct? Now, 3 reducer is there. 3 reducer will run behind the parcel. For what purpose? Saying like this data is for whom? Then one reducer will come to know, book reducer will come to know, this data is for me. Now book reducer will take the data and do the functionality and maintain the data under the store. Correct? And again from a store, one copy should go and display in UI also. Look at here. When you enter the value here, when you enter the value in this, one copy should go to the store and one copy should display here also. So that photo is saying one copy you will enter here, one copy will come to the store. Your reducer will understand that. A reducer will maintain it. And after that, from a store, one copy will be given to your state. And that copy will be displayed where? Under the, right? That is the flow of Redux. Implementation will be very interesting. Okay, this photo I searched from internet so many places, then I found interesting photo. Okay, animated photo. Daily what daily is mostly? You are another number called paper lane. For 1, paper 6, 0, 8. Right. So this implementation will be very interesting. And benefit is what? Benefit you saw as I enter the date, enter here and click on save. And after that, I'll enter something else, enter something else, enter something else, and click on save button. Data is listed here. Once we go to the other component and come back, React will say, sorry, I lost your data. But at the same time, if this data you will give here under the store, then UI will be refreshed, no problem. UI will go to some other page and come back, no problem. Your data is where? Under the store. So whenever you come to the UI, you can get the data from store, right? Benefit will be here when I enter the value and click on save and go to any component and come back to this page, you will not lose this data. This data remain same. But without database, it is not going to store in database. It is not going to store in API. It is not going to store in anywhere JSON server. Okay, it will be maintaining under the state, but out of your React, under the Redux. Redux is a different library and React is the different library. Now you combine both React and Redux. Okay, React we have installed separate, Redux we have installed separate, and we have installed one more called React Redux. For what purpose? To combine both together, React and Redux. Okay. So implementation of this we will do in the next class once we join on Monday. Monday we will save and list and delete of user and save and list of delete of which one? Book. Okay. And after doing save, list, delete, we will call those data under the dashboard. You will save under the user. List will happen. And the same data you can see under the dashboard also. How it will be? User will send the data to Redux. It will go under the store. And when you come to the dashboard, you can get from a store because data is where? Data is under the store, right? Book data will fill. It will go to the store. It will list here also. And once you come to dashboard, get the data from a store, right? So your data will be stored where? Under the store. It will be under the control of Redux. We will give the data to Redux and we'll fetch from the Redux. This URL I'll send you. In that, I have added the content. What is the Redux? What is the core concept of the Redux? What are the principle of Redux? What is the action? What is the reducer? And what is the store? In this, all 3-4 lines are written. That I'll send you in a group. Whenever you have time, just you can have a look. This is the one. That I am creating one website as a blog website.